What is going on? We're back doing our tier list today. Let's get into it. We're doing NFL fan bases because, everybody's got them annoying fan bases around. I can tell you we do. I live near a bunch of Eagles fans. Let's get into this, though. Cowboys fans, they're trash fans. Most of them are quite annoying and quite out there, Sorry if you're a Cowboys fan, but you're a trash fan. You just drive everybody crazy. The Giants, I guess they're average. I know a few Giants fans, but not many. But they're not like bad or they're not good because I don't know many of them. This can't be great. Jets fans. I've literally never met a Jets fan. Like I know they exist. I mean, obviously they go to the games and whatnot, but like I've legitimately never met a Jets fan. Like that's crazy to think. Saints fan, I'll say they're pretty average. Again, you don't hear a ton about them, but I know they exist. I know there's quite a bit of them, so a little bit more than the Jets. I do know a Colts fan. I would say they're pretty average as well, though. Not a ton. They're not like super passionate. They're not like top tier. They're not low tier, right? They are just your average set of fans. Titans fans, I know quite a few of them. I would say they're an average still because they don't hold their team to high standards. I mean, granted, when you're falling apart like they have this year, like obviously you're not going to hold them to this crazy high standard that you would hold them if they were performing out of their mind or not. So, but I think they're pretty average. Bears fans, yes, average. I mean, you've been a fan of that team for so long, and you've been so bad. I mean, if you're still a fan, you got to be at least average. I don't know. Dolphins fans, non-existent. Maybe back in the day, but at this point, if you're a fan of Miami, you're just a fan of the fact they're in Miami. Like, you're not a real fan, let's be honest. Chiefs. I would say Chiefs fans are good fans. They're not overly top-notch, especially with how good they've been here recently, but they are definitely not the best. I know who the best is already. It's not my Ravens, but I do know who the best is, so I'm going to drop the Chiefs and good fans right now. Cardinals, never met a Cardinals fan. I mean, if you're a fan of the Cardinals, I'm sorry. Your team's been just downright bad for years. It's a retirement home. I don't know many Cardinals fans. Chargers fans, definitely non-existent. If you go to a Chargers game, there is more of the opposing team's fan base there. Non-existent. Do not think there's like any real Chargers fans. Falcons fans, I would say they're pretty good fans. I do really appreciate their owner, Art Rooney or whatever his name is, because he makes things more affordable. He makes concessions more affordable and everything. Give them props. Falcons are good fans. Patriots, they're going to be good fans. I mean, most of them are bandwagoners. So actually, you know what? Screw it. They're trash. Because so many of them are now the Buccaneers fans. Because Tom Brady left. Actually, they're trash because they were just bandwagoners. And now their fan base is nowhere near as big as it once was. Trash fans right there, boys. Green Bay, they're good fans. They're good fans. Green Bay is a very devoted fan base. The team's actually owned by the fans, so there's that props. But yeah, definitely a devoted fan base. Definitely good fans right there. Baltimore, obviously, good fans. Got me right here. Outside of We Hoopin', they're good fans. Buccaneers, trash fans. They are just Tom Brady's bandwagoners. Once Tom Brady's gone, you'll never hear another Buccaneers fan out there. Let's be real here. Vikings fans, I'd say they're pretty average. I know a few, but they're not like like out there. I mean, I guess if you live in Minnesota, you've got to be a football fan. Now, what else are you gonna do? Watch hockey? I mean, yes, but still. Rams, I'm gonna put them in non-existent because they're only existing when they're good. Like this year, they're trash and nobody cares about the Rams. Let's be honest. Yeah, non-existent. Easy enough. Broncos fans, I would say they're a good fan base. They got a lot and they are now, surviving. I mean, I've seen a few Broncos games this year where there's still fans in the stadium watching Russell Wilson try to cook. Not succeeding. Bengals fans, average, I guess. I've met one Bengals fan. I mean, out of our division, the Ravens division, Bengals fans are the least out there. Like, I've met Browns fans, I've met Steelers fans, I met one Bengals fan. It just seems like there's not a ton of fans for that fan base, but there's enough to not be just non-existent. And now they're probably getting a bunch of bandwagoners as Joe Burrow looks like an absolute unit out there. Pittsburgh fans, absolutely trash. Can't argue with me against that. They are trash franchise. Second worst in all of sports. Yeah, or second worst in football at least. I wouldn't say all of sports. I don't know how bad like certain hockey fans are. But Seattle, they are good fans. I would almost say they're the best if I didn't have one ahead of them. But they are top tier fan base here. The 12 is a huge thing in Seattle. I got them as good fans here. The Texans. I've never met a Texans fan. Never met one. Yeah, non-existent. Browns fans, I would say they're good fans. You know, I just went to Cleveland. I went to the Cleveland Browns game. The fan base was pretty decent outside of like one or two guys, you know. Pretty solid fan base, you know. They support their team despite the fact they've been bad for so long. Raiders fans, non-existent since they left to Oakland. That was their mistake. Now they don't have a fan base. It's a damn shame. Eagles fans are the worst fan base in football. I live in Delaware. I work in a building with a bunch of Eagles fans. They are horrifyingly awful people. They suck. Eagles are a trash fan base. Other than Niners fans, I'd say they're a good fan base. You know, it's kind of crazy. Good's outweighing the average right now. I mean, non-existent is such a beast thing. Anyway, you know, they got a lot of history. You know, solid fan base. They don't blow up or anything. It's just, you know, Niners. Jacksonville is non-existent. If you watch the Jacksonville, Madden has to legitimately fake Jacksonville having fans at their stadium. I mean, come on now. They deserve to be a non-existent. Let's be honest. Panthers fans, I would say they're average. Don't need a ton of them, but they're not like out there. They're not like way under. I would say average. Same thing with the Detroit is good fans. You know, Detroit is good fans. You've been a fan base of the Lions. You got to be a good fan. Like, there's just the Lions and the Browns. If you have been a fan of them, you have to be a good fan base. Let's be honest here. And the best is gonna be the Bills. The Bills are blatantly the best franchise for fans, at least in sports. Just based on easy that, like, they have been absolutely one of the best fan bases in football. And I'd say Washington's pretty average. You know, they're nothing special. This poor guys have to deal with that stadium. Should be the best fans in football, just dealing with that garbage. But if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next.